this fight.
I don't know.
You come into your opponent's hometown. You have a fighter who's coming with this controversy, and nonetheless,
Here, let me mute it for a little bit. This is going to be a controversial decision. And TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Jesus, my whole format is all messed up here. I'm on my TstreeT Uncut overlay. Robson Conceicao thinks he won. Very close fight. He controlled a good portion of the first half of the fight. It's one of those fights I have to watch again. But I'm going to have to watch again. Because I can't make a determination on who. This is one of those fights you got to watch twice. But I do feel that Oscar Valdez controlled also a significant portion of the second half of the fight. Oscar Valdez popping dirty by Vada for a banned substance. I don't care what the substance is, what it does, what it doesn't do, what it's used for, what it's not used for, in and out of competition. You signed up for VADA drug testing. You signed up for it. You fail a test, you should be banned. I mean, you should be, you know, the fight shouldn't go on. But whatever, that's old news. I'm here to talk about the motherfucking fight. And more importantly, let's listen in. The 130, the 130-pound division as a whole. And right now, even though I don't...
You know, if Conceicao stayed in control and stayed in demand the way that he was, but he didn't. And Oscar did what he had to do. Solid performance from Oscar Valdez, but it wasn't anything out of the norm. You know, I guess he did the best he could to put the distractions aside, but Conceicao had a lot to do with that as well.
This was not at all. This wasn't the best Oscar Valdez that I've seen. The last Oscar Valdez against.
Personally, I was never really high on Oscar Valdez, but I was going to go ahead and say that, and we're going to look at the rankings in a minute, that Tank Davis is the best 130-pounder right now, champion, even though I don't think he's ever going to compete at 130 pounds again. So therefore, to me, it goes to the winner of Stevenson. Let's listen in.
with everything that was
Jamel Herring versus Shakur Stevenson for the WBO featherweight title, October the 23rd, down in Atlanta. It's about a 60% chance I'm going to apply to try to go to that fight.
We go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision.
I like top rank events. They be chill. Listen in.
Leah has the bout 117-110. Omar Mintun and Chris Tellez both score the bout 115-112. For your winner by unanimous decision, and still WBC Super Featherweight Champion of the World, Oscar Valdez!
You could see the relief in Oscar Valdez's expression coming away with the victory in front of his hometowns. 115-112 was quite closer than I expected, especially after that point deduction. But Tim, he gets the victory that he needed tonight.
Yeah, he did get the victory. I actually believe that Conceicao gave him the victory. Conceicao was in control early. Could be inexperienced. Could be. I would say it is the inexperience of Conceicao not having that experience going 12 rounds. And, you know, Oscar Valdez being the
There was some fisticuffs right there.
That he is, came forward, dominated, never gave up.
We're going to talk about the whole 130-pound division after the post-fight interview. We're here live, real time. They're trying to get everybody together. By the way, a star-studded event. Canelo's there, Miguel Cotto's there. Look, more fisticuffs.
In just a few minutes here coming up, we'll discuss this fight.
I saw Frank Sanchez, Team Valdez. Reynoso. Packed house. 100 degrees out there, too, in that arena. Outdoor venue.
I know you were stunned by the criticism coming into this fight. Does this make it better? It makes it better. I've been through a hard week. I'm sorry for all this ruckus. I'm not a disrespectful ass. You disrespect me, don't be pointing at me, saying all this, man. I've been through enough. Man. We won the fight. We did what we had to do. And we're on to the next, next chapter.
What did he say to you? How did he disrespect you?
Well, he's over here yelling in my face, man. We're grown men. Don't be yelling in my face. You know, I understand you might be upset. Of course, you want to become a world champion.
But don't point at me. Don't yell in my face, spit at me. I've been through enough this week, man.
Listen, let me go back to the fight. It looked like, from our perspective, the first 5 or so rounds, he really had a lot going for him with the jab, and something changed. Did you sense it, and what was it?
It makes the fight complicated when someone is trying to run the whole fight. I mean, I'm trying to put a good show for my fans. I'm trying to give the fans what they want, which is a good fight. But, if he wants to run, you can't win a fight running like that.
Let me talk about these fans, because it's been a while since I remember what a real boxing crowd was like. What did you hear from them? And what did they give you?
I want to thank everybody out here in Tucson, Arizona. I'm sorry I didn't give you guys a knockout or a great fight. I wish I could have given it to you. It is hard to hit somebody when someone's running the whole fight. Hopefully it can come back again with another great fighter. Hopefully he's the one we all want. You guys know who he is.
Who is he?
We all want the winner of Shakur Stevenson and Jamel Herring. Let's do it.
Okay, you gonna be in Atlanta? Are you gonna be in Atlanta?
I don't know. If they invite me, I'm going there. Let's do this.
Okay, we know what you want. Will that make you feel better, the winner of that?
Yeah, of course. They're great fighters. They're great champions. The best have to fight the best. And let the best man win that night.
Do you have a timetable for that?
Doesn't matter. Coming up, I'm going to rest a week, and I'm going to stay back in the gym.
This fight was harder for you than you thought?
Yeah, it's hard. Every fight's hard. When these world-class fights, they're hard. But you do what you got to do to win.
Thank you, champ. Appreciate your time this week. Really do.
Put it this way, interesting fight. Not like, super high replay value. I mean, I've sat through some shit before. Let's see if we get some highlights. But also, let's go look at the rankings here really quickly. What's going on there? Here's the rankings from my beautiful website, FightView360.com, updated by my colleague and partner and friend, Mikey. Oscar Valdez, as you can see, WBC, Tank Davis, WBA Super. The IBF is vacant after Shavs Van. What was his short version of his name? Rakhimov had fought Jojo Diaz, who has now moved up in weight, but the belt has been vacant because that fight was a draw. Rakhimov and Ogawa was ordered to fight, but they're not going to fight. Forgot exactly why Rakhimov is not in that fight anymore. No, excuse me, Ogawa. So now Rakhimov is going to fight who? This guy right here. For the vacant belt, Jamel Herring and Shakur Stevenson are going to be fighting for the WBO title October the 23rd. And then the winner should fight Oscar Valdez. It makes perfect sense, and I think that they're going to do it. There is Bob Arum right there. He's going to live to be like fucking 200 years old. Tank Davis, I don't see him ever being at 130 pounds anymore. But what's going on? Isn't Colbert and Gutierrez supposed to fight for the super title? I forgot what's going on with that situation. Oh, he's talking to Conceicao.
Respected him after the fight, and that you ran. Is that true? What do you have to say to that?
Respeitou ele depois da luta e que você fugiu a luta inteira.
Isso aqui é boxe. Eu não posso entrar no jogo dele. Eu fui preparado para fazer minha estratégia, o meu jogo, e foi o que foi feito aqui hoje.
This is boxing. I cannot go with his game. I play my game. And look his face and look at his face. He has nothing on his face. Oscar is all fucked up.
But it's not a contest of faces. It is a boxing match. What we sensed was the first half of the fight, you were in control with your jab. And then after that, you started giving up ground, conceding territory, and moving backward. How did you see it?
Depois do sexto, na metade da luta que você estava ganhando, você começou a dar espaço para ele, usar menos o jab e andar em volta. Como é que você vê isso?
Eu acho que o sétimo round, o meu rendimento caiu um pouco, mas depois que eu botei o corner, eu tive as melhores instruções e pude retornar ao meu estilo de acertar os melhores golpes. E assim, na nossa visão e do mundo inteiro que está vendo aqui, eu ganhei esta luta.
He said that on the 7th round, he really slowed down. So he think he lost the 7th round. And he went to his corner. His trainer give a lot of good instruction. He goes back to his game. And he, in his mind, he won the fight. And all over the whole world was witness of his winning.
Do you think you would have won this fight if you weren't in Tucson, Arizona, his adopted hometown?
Você acha que você ganharia essa luta se não fosse na cidade dele?
Não acho que ganharia. Eu ganhei aqui hoje e ganharia até na fazenda dele, junto com os animais dele. Eu ganharia ele até lá dentro. Boa, boa.
I don't think, because I won this fight here. If he want to fight in his farm with his animal, watching the fight, I will beat him again. In his mind, he won the fight.
Okay, we have a difference of opinion, but I thought he fought a good fight. Where do you go from here, Robson? I know that you told your daughter you would come home with the victory. What do you tell her now, and where do you go from here?
O que você pretende fazer agora? Você tinha prometido o cinturão para suas filhas. O que você pretende fazer e o que você vai falar para suas filhas?
Bom, eu tenho certeza absoluta que elas estão completamente orgulhosas de mim. Elas viram minha determinação, minha garra, o que eu fiz aqui hoje, e eu vou continuar seguindo minha meta. Agora chegar em casa, descansar, botar a cabeça no lugar e logo em seguida eu estou de volta aos treinos firme e forte.
He has shared that his daughter was very proud of him because all the Brazil think that he won the fight. He will go back home, rest a little bit, and then back in the ring stronger than ever.
Do you want a rematch?
Quer a revanche?
Com certeza. Oscar Valdez, vamos fazer isso acontecer de novo. Até dentro de sua fazenda, eu luto com você. Vamos nessa, campeão. Eu tenho muita admiração por você, pelo grande atleta que você é. Porém, os últimos fatos que aconteceu foram muito decepcionantes. Mas eu continuo te admirando. Porém, isso não reduz o fato de eu querer uma nova luta com você.
For sure, you want a rematch. You want a rematch anywhere in the world. He admired Oscar because of all the facts.
Okay, he wants a rematch.
The doping, right?
I understand. Bernardo, back to you.
They're not going to give us any highlights, but here's the cards really quickly if you want to see them. I bit my tongue, my bad. 117, 110, 115, 112 by the other two judges. That 117, 110, wide to me.
Thank you very much, Mark. And we see this post-fight analysis from Saul.
So, basically, I believe that it is going to happen. The winner of Stevenson, if it's a clear-cut winner, and Herring and Stevenson are going to fight Oscar Valdez. I believe that's what's going to happen. And then what's going to happen, like Will Al Heyman. Well, let's see what happens with Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford, because Bob Arum is saying that that's pretty much done for November the 20th, and it's going to be on ESPN. So let's see what happens. Here's the punch stats, by the way. Jesus. Is that right?
Oscar Valdez, 286 to be exact, and he's had a higher percentage, and Oscar Valdez did
Let me see what Twitter's saying.
Shots. The important thing here is that in 5 of the first 6 rounds, Robson Conceicao landed double-digit connects. But in the second half of the fight, in only 2 rounds was he able to connect with double digits. So he was in the fight, leading the fight early on, and then he let Oscar Valdez do what he does. And Tim, you said it clearly on the broadcast. This is a 12-round fight, and that's what favors Oscar Valdez.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I mean, he dominated, but then he faded. And that's the biggest issue that I have here, you know. And Conceicao probably landed, he definitely landed the more punches. He did. But the more effective, the more harder shots, the more...
Yeah, they're going to be here for a half an hour talking about it. But yeah, I'm looking at some Twitter, people on Twitter pretty much saying that he won Valdez, but it was a lot of showboating and bullshitting going on from Conceicao. But it's like, you know, from what I saw, I was like, Valdez won. I mean, I did watch the whole fight, but, you know, I was doing other stuff in the background. I did get a chance to check out the whole card, you know, but I've been really, really busy today. So this is rare for me, especially the last several months, to miss a card and not be able to cover the undercard fights. with Gabe Flores, you know, taking a beating. Xander Sayes getting a stoppage. Did he get the stoppage? Because by the time I came back, it was over. Junto Nakatani breaking Angel Acosta's nose. I never really seen a fight get stopped. Not that I can remember from somebody's nose bleeding too much. But overall, I enjoyed the card. I'm TstreeT Controversy with 5v360. Please take your time out, like the video, subscribe.